There's a silent, sophisticated, and practically invisible trap that 90% of people fall into without realizing it. It doesn't make a sound, it doesn't give clear signs, and it doesn't appear as an obvious problem. In fact, it's so well constructed that most people believe they're doing the right thing, while in reality, they're digging their own financial hole. And the cruelest part? This trap isn't external. It's inside your mind. It lives in your habits, your beliefs, your automatic reactions. It's like a rope that always pulls you to the same place, no matter how hard you try to move forward. And before you think this has nothing to do with you, let me tell you, if you feel that your financial life is always stagnant, stuck, or going in circles, you're already in it. This trap works in a very specific way. It makes you believe you are progressing, when in reality, you are just keeping yourself busy. It gives you small rewards, small feelings of relief, small illusions of growth. But nothing profound changes. Nothing structural happens. And when you look back, you realize that, despite the effort, the work, the stress, and your good intentions, everything is practically the same. The trap I'm talking about is the same one that holds millions of Brazilians captive. The illusion of movement. The illusion that doing a lot is synonymous with advancing a lot. The illusion that working non-stop solves everything. But what it really does is keep you stuck in the same place, always reacting, always putting out fires, always surviving, but never building. This trap starts early. From childhood, you learn that life is about doing, about working hard, about enduring, about fulfilling obligations. And that's not entirely wrong, but it's profoundly incomplete. No one teaches you to think strategically. No one teaches you to invest. No one teaches you to create systems. No one teaches you to create wealth. And, as a consequence, you enter adulthood believing that effort is everything. And when effort doesn't solve the problem, you think the problem is you. So you work more, wear yourself out more, blame yourself more, and the trap becomes even stronger. The truth is that 90% of people spend their entire lives trapped in this cycle, earn money, pay bills, have temporary relief, repeat. There's no planning, no financial education, no vision for the future. And this doesn't happen because these people are lazy or uninterested. On the contrary, many of them are extremely hardworking. The problem is different. They were trained to act, but never to think. They were taught to survive, not to thrive. And the worst part? This trap disguises itself as normality. The whole world repeats that this is just how it is. That adult life is this chaotic mess. That there's never enough money. That everyone is in debt. That buying on credit is inevitable. That financing is part of life. That getting rich is for special people. And because you grow up seeing exactly this, you assume that this is reality, not a choice. The problem is that when you normalize a prison, you never try to escape it. But hold on. Before you think this is your destiny, let me show you how this trap works. It starts with a very simple behavior. You always live on the edge. You receive your salary, pay for the essentials, pay what you can, buy something for quick pleasure, and wait for the next month. Without realizing it, you've created a survival cycle. And when a small problem arises, a flat tire, an unexpected medicine, an urgent repair, everything falls apart. You make a quick decision, a loan, an installment plan, a revolving credit. And before you know it, you're paying interest. Interest that eats away at your freedom. Interest that keeps you trapped. Interest that steals years from your life. This is the first level of the trap. Living without a safety net. But there's something even deeper. The second level is emotional. You start associating money with stress, with fear, with tension, with scarcity. Whenever you think about organizing your finances, you feel uncomfortable. It seems difficult, it seems far away, it seems exhausting. So you avoid it. And each time you avoid it, the trap tightens. It blinds you. You know you should change, but you don't know where to start. So you keep repeating what you already do, and the cycle continues. But there is also a third level, The most intelligent and most dangerous. Immediacy. You have been trained. Incomes and people with high incomes end up with the same problems. Lack of organization, lack of vision, lack of control. The financial world doesn't forgive anyone. It doesn't care if you work hard. It doesn't care if you're a good person. It doesn't care about your effort. It reacts to your mindset. And here begins the turning point. Because if mindset is the problem, it's also the solution. To escape the trap, you need to stop living on autopilot. You need to question every habit that seems normal but destroys your progress. You need to dismantle old beliefs that were never yours. You need to let go of the idea that that's just how life is. That phrase is poison. It's what keeps you in the same place. To escape this trap, you need to start small, but start consciously. You need to create a buffer. You need to learn to delay gratification. You need to build a long-term mindset. You need to understand that every financial choice is a brick in the future. And you need to take financial identity, not the numbers, not the bills, not the salary, but who you are in relation to money. Because when you change your identity, your choices automatically change. The trap loses its power. Your future opens up. Now, I want you to think honestly. Where are you stuck in this cycle today? Where do you always stumble? Where do you feel you can't evolve? Because that's exactly where change begins. If you've made it this far, it means you don't want to remain part of the 90%. You're ready to see reality differently, and that already puts you ahead of the majority. But I don't want this video to be just a reflection. I want it to be the beginning of your turnaround. So here's what you should do. Comment below which part of this video resonated with you the most, which part you saw reflected in your own life. I read everything. Seriously. Because that's how I know what the next step you need to take is. And if this video opened your mind, leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Because in the next videos, I'm going to show you exactly how to break this trap once and for all, step by step, in a practical way. Your financial life doesn't change when you want it to. It changes when you see what nobody taught you. And you just did that now.